after an exciting and absolutely thrilling match between Manchester City and Real Madrid, it's time for the second Champions League final, and it's time for us to discuss it. And that's Liverpool versus Villarreal. Obviously, it's not the kind of game that many people look at and go, okay, this is going to be a close one-sided encounter. But Villarreal have really been the giant killers in this season's Champions League, and they are facing arguably their biggest challenge yet.
Definitely. After beating Juventus and then Bayern Munich, nobody thought Villarreal will be able to do something like that. But they defeated two giants in European football. Two teams that have won the UEFA Champions League many times in the past before. So now they come to another team. They come to Anfield facing another giant in European football in Liverpool. But considering the kind of form Liverpool are in, I still believe that they're going to win it.
I'm hard pressed to disagree with that in that sense, because I don't see any chance that Villarreal walk away with too much here. But again, we could see a few surprises because Villarreal have done nothing but surprises till this point. But I think if they are to actually spring some sort of a surprise in this match, I think it would require a lot from them, because their pre-match assessment, if you're talking about, they are missing or could be missing a number of key players, because if we look at their injury list, it doesn't look very nice. Yeremy Pino is not going to be available. Gerard Moreno, not yet 100% fit, may make the bench, most likely not starting. And former Liverpool old boy Alberto Moreno is definitely out because he's been suffering with an ACL problem. So, laundry list of injuries for them, and it's a bit of an issue with regards to who exactly they would choose to lead their line.
That's true. The fact is, against Bayern Munich also, they needed an 88-minute goal, if you remember, for Samuel Chukwueze.
Yeah.
And the kind of goal they got at the end that deflated Bayern Munich like anything.
Yes.
German champions, everything. Everybody expected them to go to the next round. But Villarreal, the yellow submarine, and as I keep talking about, a small club, okay?
Yeah.
But considering what they have done in recent past, Unai Emery's men really have a chance, and Liverpool can't take them lightly. In fact, if I'm not wrong, the last time in Champions League they were beaten on the road, away from home. You know who defeated them? Manchester United.
That's the highlight of this season.
Yeah, that's probably the highlight for United, because they haven't done anything after that. But yes, talking about Liverpool, I think only Roberto Firmino is an injury concern.
There's also, of course, Kostas Tsimikas, but then considering he barely starts a game, I don't think he's that much of a concern.
Definitely not happening. I think so. Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right line, both of them will be there. Robertson, in fact, scored a goal, if I'm not wrong, against Everton.
He did.
In the Merseyside derby.
Yes.
And well, that team looks really strong. And the fact that maybe they'll bring in Ibrahim Konate. That guy has also scored goals, so many goals in the last two. By the way, against Benfica also, in both the legs he scored.
Yes.
Imagine a defender who's continuously scoring goals for you. You thought Van Dijk was enough. Now they've got Konate also, who's been scoring goals.
And Konate also scored in the FA Cup semi-final against City. He opened the scoring, in fact. So yeah, he definitely has an eye for goal, adds a dimension to their threat from set pieces. So yes, that Liverpool side looked practically unimpeachable to me, because they have every base covered, and for a change they have pretty much every player available. So,
and the dream is still on, the quadruple dream.
Yes.
See, they are already in the final of the FA Cup. They have already won the League Cup, the Champions League final they could reach, and they are only 1 point behind title holders Manchester City, who are leading the race also as of now. So yes, Liverpool are still in with a dream chance of winning the quadruple.
Yeah,
but do you think Jurgen Klopp, every time he goes out in that team room, it would be like, boss, let's not think about this, just concentrate on this game?
Yeah, because that's what they have to do. I mean, it's a good goal to have, but what happens when you focus too much on just that goal is that it tends to overwhelm you potentially. So the best thing for them to do is to focus it game by game. And the good thing with a knockout tournament is that there's very clear progression. So once you're done with the semis, you're in the final, then just against one more game. Toughest for them would be the league, because they have I think 5 or 6 games that's still to play.
Yeah.
And that will be tough.
I think this is their 7th or 8th game this month alone. So Liverpool have been
grueling schedule.
But still, they have managed to keep almost everybody fit. And I think Luis Diaz will come into the side now for this game. Konate will be one of those changes. Henderson also will be there. I
because he was on the bench for the first half in the Merseyside derby.
Abhinav Iyer, by the way, has predicted the scoreline already. He says Liverpool 4, Villarreal 2.
Ooh, 4-2. My God, I mean, if this Villarreal team can score 2 goals in Anfield.
No, I want a 4-3 scoreline again, frankly. After last night, after what we saw, what
it
we
was
witnessed,
bonkers.
I just hope that this game sort of, lives up to the expectations we have from a semi-final. Even though we know the matchup looks like slightly in favor of Liverpool, not slightly, heavily in favor of Liverpool, if you would call it like that. But the way Real Madrid kept coming back against City also, who were dominating the game. I want to see that kind of performance from Villarreal tonight, so that when they go back home, when Liverpool travel to Villarreal next week, it's another tough encounter. And maybe,
True.
Maybe what if our title suggests that Liverpool can sink the Yellow Submarine? What if the Yellow Submarine comes up trump against the Reds?
I mean, and so far their approach has been working very well against the big sides. They stifled Bayern Munich. They absolutely stifled Bayern Munich. I mean, to win a two-legged tie against Bayern of all teams 2-1, it's
That's
massive.
True. And not to forget that first leg they should have won by a bigger margin.
Correct.
Hit the post, Neuer completely out of place. I thought Villarreal should have at least won it by 2 or 3 goals for that matter.
True.
And Bayern Munich were lucky, and then the sort of resolute performance you'd want to see from a side that has gone to the Allianz Arena. That's what we saw from Villarreal last time around. Siddharth Bhatt is saying, hello, loved your pitches in Shark Tank. Tell them what exactly is it?
So now we don't need to really be keeping up too much in terms of spoilers because the episode was out 2 o'clock today. Go check it out if you haven't already. I picked CSK versus Mumbai as the biggest rivalry of the IPL. Siddhant here picked Mumbai versus Delhi.
Siddharth, thank you so much. He said that loved your pitches in Shark Tank, and he said that especially Siddhant as he went for Delhi versus Mumbai, which is not the most famous rivalry, and it was difficult to pitch
that, absolutely.
I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I brought about the emotions that I face with my friends who are from Mumbai. Every time we start discussing Delhi, Mumbai, it's war. Always. so that's why we were having a lot of fun. By the way, Sankalp Sahu is saying, Vamos Villarreal. And then he's saying that, should Origi start? ?
Origi's best performances generally have somehow come off the bench.
Always.
That man is a super sub galore.
And against Everton, if you remember that Pickford mistake where the ball went in the final minute, that was a crazy win for Liverpool. I remember that. And then last game also, that second goal, I think so, he scored against Everton.
It's Divock Origi.
So clearly loves playing against them.
He loves playing against them, and he loves clutch situations. Lest we forget, who can forget corner taken quickly, Origi.
Sankalp Sahu is saying that Danny Parejo is the Kevin De Bruyne of Villarreal.
That's actually an interesting shout, because when we talk about this Villarreal side, a lot of love goes to, of course, Gerard Moreno. There's plenty of praise put on the likes of Chukwueze, Arnaud Danjuma as well, who Premier League fans will remember played for Bournemouth, and interestingly has been linked with the move to Liverpool recently.
But a lot of actually Darwin Núñez, who was playing against Liverpool in the last round, everybody has been talking about him also. So every time there's a big English club facing another opponent, I feel that player is in the limelight.
True.
And Darwin Núñez showed in that 3-3 draw against Liverpool at Anfield in the second leg that yes, he has that class, and probably this summer transfer window gonna get the big bucks this time around.
Good pick, by the way, to say Danny Parejo, very underrated player in my opinion. Definitely
Sankalp Sahu, regular watcher, always talks about.
Shout out to you, Sankalp. Well done. Good pick.
Chaitanya Gupta is saying that since Liverpool keeps a relatively high line, chances for Villarreal to score at Anfield while parking the bus.
Yeah, because that's the trick which everyone has used. And look, I understand, that they play that high line because it works for them. But it does leave you susceptible to those sort of counters. And I think a lot of teams have made that a tactic where they'll kind of try and ping high balls over and above the defensive line. So, yeah, I think, Alisson will be very key.
But I think still Liverpool has that high line because it works for them.
Exactly, it works very well for them.
They stitch together so many passes in that midfield also, and Thiago has been, like, everybody started questioning. You remember Thiago when he came into the Liverpool side? First few games, then he got injured. A lot of people asked questions.
He had COVID also.
Why have they signed him from Bayern Munich? He really doesn't do anything.
And now
what's the point? And now you look at him, and that's why Jurgen Klopp last time around, if I'm not wrong, said that I can't believe that people were questioning Thiago's selection at one point in this
Thiago
Liverpool
Alcantara
side.
is a class act. He's always been a class act. People are finally getting to see him perform for, in the Premier League. So maybe there's some surprise, but he's always been a class act. Back to his Barcelona days. There's a reason Pep brought him to Bayern Munich to begin with. He's always been that good.
Kishore Creations is saying, what a goal fest yesterday. Relieved as a Madrid fan. We can definitely win if City keeps missing crucial chances.
Yeah, and that was the problem we mentioned yesterday as well, is that for all the number of goals scored, City could have been 6 or 7 up. Because
They should have been 6 or 7 up. I thought Mahrez was their best player on the field with the kind of chances he produced.
Yes.
But he missed a couple of them.
As well. Yes.
Yeah, like he should have probably scored at least one goal, if not 2. And the problem with City now is that they are going to Madrid, they are going to the Bernabeu with just a goal's lead. And that's not enough. And you saw Benzema's post on Twitter last night after the game. He was pumped up.
Yeah.
Boss, to pull off 4-3, even saying that you scored 3 goals in a game where you hardly mattered.
Exactly.
Where
they were
Real
dominating.
Madrid kept, I thought City was so dominant, and yet Madrid found a way to score 3 goals and keep themselves in the tie. And that's why it's going to be very, very good game next week, and we'll be there again talking about it in the preview as well as the post-match review that we do after the game.
They're as good as starting from scratch. There's really not that much of a gap. 4-3, 1 goal can really go either
And
way.
we saw that with Madrid, by the way, when Chelsea went to Madrid.
Yes, they'll just conjure up goals from nowhere.
No, not just that. I'm saying 3-1 they were trailing. Chelsea also scored 3 goals.
Exactly.
3-0 they were leading at one point. They probably should have been up 4-0.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to say that teams now are not that worried, because that away goal rule is out.
Gone, exactly.
It's
So
gone,
you have to take
and
the
now
risk.
you just have to take a chance, and that's why we are seeing some amazing games. I love it. I believe that football has gotten more entertaining because of that away rule being taken out of the game.
True.
I feel because now teams just want to score goals, and it really doesn't matter how many goals you score.
Yeah, because you have to
in either
outscore
leg.
your opponent.
In either leg.
You have to outscore your opponent.
Yes.
It's not about 1 away goal or 2 away goals anymore, and that's great.
And Kishore is predicting a 3-1 Liverpool win. He says comparing the Pollard situation in Mumbai Indians to Pogba situation at Manchester United. I don't see Pogba staying at United.
No, he's not.
And Pollard, I still think, will be at
MI for
Mumbai.
until he retires.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will be there for at least a few games at least. He's also saying that Jesus going to Arsenal rumors will be good for them if they finish top 4. And if Haaland is going to City, Jesus may not get many games. By the way, ever since that rumor came into the picture, yesterday a meme was going around where it said, Jesus, after learning that he might be going to
They
Arsenal,
basically morphed him onto Ronaldo's face,
no,
the old
not
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. They put 4 goals against Watford. 1 goal, like they showed 2-0 when they were leading 2-0 against Real Madrid also. They said he scored 5 goals in 2 games already.
Exactly.
So they are saying he really doesn't want to go to Arsenal. That's why he's showing his work to City right now.
I highly doubt he goes to Arsenal, truth be told, because City will demand a big fee, and I think Jesus would probably prefer going to a club that is in the Champions League. Arsenal are still...
May not.
Yeah.
I think that Arsenal-Tottenham game
is key. Is
going to be extremely important for both sides.
Yeah, for sure.
Kishore is also saying currently Benzema is the best striker. His form is like when CR7 and Messi those years.
Yeah, actually, it's
He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
I think he's my favorite.
I think he is going to win the Ballon d'Or.
He's my favorite for sure.
Because I thought Lewandowski was unlucky to not get it, and they gave it to Messi, which went like this. And even though I'm a bigger Ronaldo fan, I quite like Messi also, but I thought Messi did not deserve it. That's the last time around. Okay, Sankalp Sahu is saying if Haaland would have been there, the score would have been 10-3.
If who?
Haaland would have been there at City.
Yeah, they do need someone clinical up front because they create a lot of chances, but
they create way too many chances, and I don't know when they get a great striker. And
they're going to be very unstoppable.
But I'm not sure whether they need one also because they are really unstoppable right now.
They're unstoppable without a striker, which says it all.
Yeah. Bar, I'm not sure whether it's for Barcelona or whether it's just Bar. It's saying Karim Benzema and Carlos said we need heavy support from fans for the second leg. Well, they can count on it. Of course, Bernabeu will be filled with those people in white.
The Madridistas are going to be out in full voice.
Madridistas, yes. Chaitanya Gupta is saying kindly do a fan forum for upcoming NLD.
The North London derby.
Yeah, Tottenham versus
Arsenal. Ooh, yeah, we'll do a preview on that for sure.
Yeah. And Chaitanya is also saying that it might just be Benzema versus Mo Salah for the Ballon d'Or.
Ooh, yes, that's a good shout. Very good shout.
Salah, I think so, is also close. I think he needs a few goals to top score.
He's had an unreal season for Liverpool.
No, I'm saying to top score any of the scorer from the English teams
Yeah.
in the Champions League also. I
True.
think so. Aguero or somebody has that record right now. And
We'll have to check that.
he
But yeah,
might
he's
break it.
definitely, he's been unreal this season too. I absolutely agree.
Vaibhav is asking what happened to Samir Nasri.
Well,
I remember Samir Nasri at City so many years
Yeah.
back. Then he moved to a different club.
he had gone to Marseille, then he went to West
West
Ham,
Ham.
and then he got popped for he got popped for intravenously taking something, which is basically not allowed. And then
That I
after
don't
that,
remember.
he got popped for that because like
Drugs?
it wasn't actually drugs. It was some sort of a recovery thing which many athletes use. But I think
It
in
wasn't
football
allowed.
it's not allowed. And you know how he got caught? He posted the picture on social media.
Wow.
Yeah. So after that, I think his career's really petered off. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame in some ways because I remember him being a very unstoppable player for Arsenal and City both.
Okay, the final comment I'm taking now. Love Rami is saying Liverpool are winning. Salah and Luis Diaz will today score, and I think Villarreal are the dark horse. Gerard Moreno could be the key factor for Villarreal today.
Assuming he's even fit.
But my point is exactly, I'm not sure whether Moreno will get enough game time. He might be on the bench first of all because I don't think he's going to be starting. And if he's on the bench, I'm not sure how many minutes he's going to get.
Yeah,
Because
he might just come on as a
There
super
are
sub.
few injury concerns. Even Alberto Moreno is not available for them. So that's another miss. Sankalp Sahu, last comment. Okay, I said last comment before, but this is the last comment. If Kevin De Bruyne wins EPL and Champions League, he should win the Ballon d'Or. That can actually be a good shout.
Interesting shout.
Actually, it could be possible if he takes them there.
Yeah, because the thing with, and this is one problem that has happened to us fans. We've been spoiled by the Ronaldo-Messi comparison. That we tend to realize that sometimes it's not just the stats that count. Yeah. How influential is a player? And De Bruyne is very influential to that.
I think De Bruyne, we saw in the battle of the midfield yesterday, and even though Modric again that one pass
was insane, but he was they were overwhelmed. Kroos, remember that horrible tackle he did?
Kroos and Modric are overwhelmed, and it's also because the City attacking line runs riot.
They really missed Casemiro yesterday.
I thought they missed Casemiro, and I credit where credit is due, and City was superb. I just thought they should have probably been more clinical in front of the goal.
True.
Because they needed that 2-3 goal cushion going into that
the
second leg at Bernabeu.
Sure.
Did not happen. Anyway, but Liverpool versus Villarreal. Shane, before we go, your prediction?
Oh, I think it'll be a close game. So I think Liverpool win 2-1.
Oh, close game. I think Liverpool are winning 4-2. No, wait. I'm going to change. I'm going to make it 3-1.
Okay.
Last time also I said 4-1. They won 3-1 against Benfica. In the first leg.
So let's see, 2-1 versus 3-1. Let's see who wins.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in less than half an hour.
For IPL preview time because
it's another very big clash.
Of a match, yes.
Gujarat versus Sunrisers in a short while from now, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back. By the way, not to forget to remind you guys, after the game gets done, we'll be there for a short chat.
From the comfort of our homes, we're going to be there with you.